Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel where I play games that I feel like playing. Today I'm going to be playing Midnight in Salem, which is, I believe, the 33rd Nancy Drew mystery. I have played this before, but I haven't played it in quite some time, and I kind of wanted to rerun it and see if I still have the same opinions that I had the first time playing it. I won't give anything away, obviously, about this game, and we'll just kind of talk about it as we go through. But yeah, let's just jump right into the game. I'm going to do amateur because I really want to play this game just for the gameplay and not necessarily to make my brain hurt. So let's just do amateur.
Dear Ned, Austria has been wonderful so far. Dad called. He wants me to get an old relic while I'm here, the Book of Apologies, which dates back to the 17th century witch trials in Salem. I'll be going to Mosam Castle to retrieve it before I head back to the States. It's said to be haunted, so I'm expecting some good scares and mysteries. Ever yours, Nancy.
Alrighty, so we're in Austria.
Feels like ages since I was on my last adventure.
I wonder why.
So, are you coming in?
That's alright, Miss Drew. I'd prefer to stay out here.
Why? It's so warm and inviting in here.
Yes, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. All of Judge Sewell's effects are there, just as your father requested. Although, I will tell you, as I told him, the desk is locked, and I don't have the key. But I will gladly stay and answer any questions you have. From the other side of this door. I recommend opening the window for some light. There's no electricity here. Well, in that room at least.
Okie doke, so every time you play the game, I guess, it'll give you the tutorial. Even if you know what to do.
Huh, much better. What a wonderful view.
Oh yes, poorly pixelated mountains. Really, butters my bread, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so this is a feature that the other Nancy Drew games did not have, and that is you're able to look around. And then, obviously, you just click on the sides of the screen to turn and to look around a little bit more.
Malleus Maleficarum. Wow. The Hammer of Witches itself. Gives me chills knowing what it did.
Yes, indeed. A how-to guide for hammering out witchcraft. It was written in 1487 by a man whose name I won't even bother to mention because he used bunk science to send hundreds, if not thousands, of people to their deaths.
Oh, bunk science. So this is a cool little feature that they added, the text box where you can click on to see the whole book. I'm not going to bother to read it because realistically...
You said Judge Sewell was a pious man.
Matter.
Yes, he believed in the healing powers of the good book. Of course, the Bible was also used to justify executing people.
Depends on who's reading it. It's often misinterpreted. Give ear to my prayer, O God, and hide not yourself from my plea for mercy. Sounds like a man full of regret.
Sounds like it. Alright, so I'm not going to bother reading it. Let's just kind of continue on.
Is this Judge Sewell's desk?
Ah, yes. That desk is where he spent most of his time working when he wasn't in court. Custom made. If the Book of Apologies does exist, he would have written it at that desk.
And what's inside this alleged book?
Your father didn't tell you? It was a ledger containing all the names of the accused witches from the Salem witch trials. Judge Sewell had doubts about his convictions, and he wrote the book as a means to make amends.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly. Alright, let's dive in.
I found a letter. It's addressed to Abigail Hawthorne Woodley.
What does it say?
I do regret to write to you in this state. I have been racked with guilt as my fervency of spirit was too great to determine a conviction just. He asks for her forgiveness and for God's.
I kind of wish Nancy wouldn't talk so much. Just because I feel like it'd be better to read it and then know what it says yourself,
What
because
does this mean?
you're the detective. That's just kind of what I wish.
Locked.
You're supposed to say it's locked, Nancy. What you doing? Alright. So this is also another cool feature, being able to like look around and rotate it. But they hardly ever use that feature in this game.
What a clever desk. It even comes with a labyrinth.
Alright, let's solve this. It's like uncomfortably easy for Nancy Drew game.
Easy.
Yeah, Nancy, too easy.
I found it. It's here.
What? Really? Amazing!
It's locked behind some sort of cage, though. The lock says A.W. Any ideas?
A.W.? No. But I have some tools in the shop that might be able to cut it free. In my shop. I'll go. Meet me there.
Where is that? Hey, wait for me.
Okay, let's go. Why would... Excuse me. Wow, my voice just went out there. Why would Nancy have to go too?
Nancy! This way!
Is she a freaking ghost? What the heck?
Where is that? Dr. Hurst?
Nancy Drew, it's Deirdre Shannon.
Deirdre? Can I call you back? I'm in the middle of...
Listen, I know we haven't exactly been besties in the past, but I'm in the middle of something big, and
Deirdre, I have to call you back.
Wait, don't hang up on me!
Elizabeth? Elizabeth! Hey! What are you doing? What? The book! They took the book!
Why don't you jump out the window too, Nancy, if that's what they did?
Stop!
Ah, yes, because they will
Stop running!
stop when you yell at them? That's how criminals work. Let's go chase this buddy boy down. Or girl.
Gotta move slowly.
What's that bush doing?
Come on! No!
That bush is like disrespectful, the way it's like flopping around like that.
Gotta figure out which way they went. Must be a clue here.
Okay, key.
A.W. Same as the desk.
Okie Boston. Cool.
A ticket to Boston. This canister looks to have been used as a homemade smoke bomb. Yes, Deirdre. What is it?
You know where I am right now? Salem.
Salem? As in, witch trial Salem?
Obvi. Come on, Drew. My cousin has... well, she's gotten into some trouble here, and I thought I could help her out. But it turns out this situation is much more complicated than I anticipated. So now, I'm calling you to ask for some... guidance.
You want my help?
Ugh, yes, don't make this more painful. I could use your professional opinion, okay?
Well, it so happens that the case I'm on is connected to Boston, which is just nearby Salem. And I was never a big believer in coincidences.
Oh, are you sure?
I'd love to.
Seriously?
I thought I had reached a dead end, but it looks like I have to go to Massachusetts anyway. In any case, a fresh perspective would do me good.
Ugh, you're already annoying me, and you're not even here yet.
You're welcome. I think it might even be fun.
Oh, this is so the worst idea I've ever had. I'll pick you up from the airport.
Call me crazy, but I feel like the moving grass makes that image so much worse.
I appreciate you coming here, Drew.
I'm just glad you didn't change your mind and leave me at the airport.
Might have crossed my mind. Keep the excessive cheeriness under control, and we'll be fine.
You
No
guys are slipping a little
promises.
rough.
Where were you, by the way?
Austria,
Did I interrupt a vacation with Ned?
didn't you bring me here to help with a case?
Yes, I did. And that's it.
A fire? Was anyone hurt?
Happened in the middle of the night. No one was there, thankfully. The house wasn't completely destroyed, but the person who lived there had to move out. Just so we're clear, this is my case. I know you're a detective and everything, but this is personal. It's family. Well, extended, and from my father's side. But whatever, that's not the point. It's personal. You take my lead, okay?
Of course.
But
Well, I have done this a couple of times, Deirdre, and in my experience, we can cover twice as much ground if we work side by side.
you know, respect your experience and whatever, but family trumps experience. It's sensitive, and I don't want you messing it up by being too
what?
you. You're a question machine. This requires gentle handling. Delicate.
And that's been your approach.
Well, like I say, I need help.
So, can I ask some questions?
Like anyone could stop you.
I don't like that we have 0 options as to what to pick.
Why
have
don't
to
we
ask
start
this
with
question.
your extended family?
They're cousins. The Perrys. Parry.
Oh, like in fencing.
Yes. Tegan is the older one. May is younger. They had a difficult childhood, okay? And now May is suspected of committing arson on the most important historic mansion in Salem. And I know it's not true. I know it.
What can you tell me about May?
She has a reputation as a troublemaker. Seems like a loner to me. Maybe a bit odd at times. Sometimes she can even sense things before they happen.
Odd how?
I don't know. Troubled teen stuff, difficult time as a kid. Oddest thing is, she won't give an alibi.
That would be seen as suspicious.
That's the problem. Everyone is so suspicious of her. Prejudice, I guess. Because of... well, you'll see.
Sounds like we should talk to her soon.
Where do you think we're going?
What does Tegan think about this?
She's worried about May, obviously. Tegan isn't like May. She's upstanding. She works at the Salem Museum and doesn't know a thing about criminal cases, which is why she contacted me.
One more question. What can you tell me about this historic mansion?
It's called the Hawthorne House, and it's old. Like really old. And now it's been set on fire.
Nothing else significant about it?
Well, yeah, a lot of things. But one that's kinda why you're here.
Which is why.
The Hawthorne House is haunted.
And Nancy strictly investigates ghosts? I don't understand why Nancy would be called here just because the Hawthorne House is haunted. Whatever. It'll be fine.
What do you mean, haunted?
Exactly that. There's ghosts.
It's also
Deirdre.
very awkward.
I don't
she's
believe
all
it
the way
either,
outside,
Drew.
Still talking.
But I can't explain it. Everyone seems to think they exist. With so many sightings, even if it isn't real ghosts, something is definitely going on. I thought that maybe you can disprove them. So, would you please get out of my car and come inside?
Honey, the scariest thing here is you. So, and also Nancy's freaking huge. Like, look at how, like, tall she is.
If we're going to work side by side, you'd better learn to keep up with me.
With your slow, awkward walking.
You must be Nancy. Thank you so much for coming. You know, you live in the same neighborhood for 20 years, and you'd expect your neighbors to be a little more understanding when your family is falsely accused of a horrific crime. Oh, I'm sorry. How are you, Deirdre?
I'm good, thanks.
Tegan Perry, welcome to my home. Well, our home, although right now my parents are literally on safari in Namibia, so while their daughter is being convicted of a crime she didn't commit, I'm taking care of things around here. They'll be home soon. Hopefully. A very expensive courier is tracking them down in the bush. Top notch, I found him on the internet. Deirdre tells me you'll be assisting her in clearing my sister's name.
Assisting? Yeah.
She's innocent. I don't know why she won't help herself. She's got a difficult reputation. Well, you know, Deirdre, what people here can be like. She doesn't trust easily, not since... I'm sorry, are you hungry? There's clam chowder, homemade. A little taste of New England. I made up the guest bedroom for you, Nancy. Deirdre, sorry, you're bunking with May. Make yourselves at home. Oh, I almost forgot. After you girls get comfortable, you two should swing by the museum. Might as well take in some history while you're here, right? Just don't get suckered into that witch's walking tour. Olivia Ravencroft is not a witch. She would have you believing all kinds of nonsense about the town being full of ghosts.
I thought you two used to be friends.
That was a long time ago. Look, I'm sorry, I gotta get going. Running late to an appointment.
Thanks, Tegan. I appreciate you letting us stay. Before you go, do you have time for a quick question?
Nancy, we just got here.
Sorry, I know you're in a rush. It would really help.
Of course, I have time for one question. If
Why
it'll
is she
help.
standing like that, though? Like, that's so awkward.
What can you tell me about where the fire happened?
What have you heard about it? Look, I appreciate you want help, but I don't want you dragging all that up and upsetting May. You told me she would be able to reach her. That's not
what Nancy is asking about.
I'm sorry if I wasn't clear. I just thought since the Hawthorne House is important to the town, you must know about it. Through the museum.
Oh, I'm so sorry. The Hawthorne House fire. Yes, John Hawthorne was one of Salem's founders. His large house estate was the oldest surviving structure from 17th century Salem.
Oh, is that all?
That was 2 questions. I said 1. But yes, he was also the big-time judge that presided over the Salem witch trials.
Is there some other fire I need to know about?
No. May's accident was in a fire. I just don't want her getting upset with unnecessary questions about things long over.
I understand.
You can read all about Judge Hawthorne when you come to the museum later. Gotta run.
Thank God, because that was way too much conversation. As a socially awkward person, I freaking hate it.
Jerk. Tegan said you've been in town for days, but you haven't come by.
I know. I had to check in with your case at the, Look, I didn't want to bother you. How you holding up?
Why is
I've
she
been accused of
sliding on the
worse.
carpet?
No, you haven't.
Hey, at least I got you to get off your butt and finally visit me.
Oh, this is the girl I was telling you about. Nancy Drew.
Nice to meet you.
The cold
Oh.
shoulder. Alright.
She really doesn't want to talk. This could be difficult. Any advice?
Do better? I'll be in the kitchen.
Alright, Deirdre. Oh, she sat down quick. That was a little startling.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah?
Do you mind if I look around the house?
Ugh, you're so weird. I'm done talking, okay?
Hey, that's not very nice to say. I think I'm a very lovely human being. And these are very awkward photos. Alright.
Rust be gone. Now that's handy. Never know when a bit of stubborn iron oxide will get in the way of investigating.
I really wish Nancy would shut up. Like, is that mean to say? It is mean to say, but whatever. I'll say it anyway. I think she just talks too much.
The Perrys recycle their paper waste. Good on them.